Hey everybody, ChristopherOdd here. Welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. Let's start at the war table here and get people going. There was a couple episodes ago we lost all of our wardens, and somebody called me a dickbag. Not really, I'm just kidding. But people were saying like, oh, you made a bad decision at the war table. But then other people were saying that they die all the time, no matter what happens. So I'm curious to know if you could have saved the wardens, and if that has any actual impact on any of the other proceedings, without being spoilery if possible. Okay, patrol for the crew. The Sutherland lad and his small crew have reported in only minor trouble as expected. Nevertheless, they have increased our presence. They seem useful freelancers. Okay, good stuff. Annexing Kirkwall. Oh, Kirkwall was forced to cede much of its northern territory. A significant victory for Sebastian Vale. However, in presenting an overwhelming force, we encouraged Guard Captain Aveline to pull the militia back with no casualties. They now fortify behind the walls of the city at full strength. The result is a stalemate that is unlikely to appease the prince's anger, but the tactics of the moment were less obvious to Vale, and he believes himself beholden to us. His gratitude has allowed my agents to get close to him and enter into his confidence. From now on, the prince's plans will be known to the execution. Okay, that's cool. Take that. Stop the rumors. The liar's word is all too quick forgot, and at a word her patrons turn aside. Okay. What's train? Mages Collective sent me a letter. They're very organized. It was they who asked me to study the rifts. I mentioned that maybe. Anyways, it's a very good idea. The collective is interested in the results of my research, especially since I've been training you. Rift magic can be difficult, but I have notes, lots of notes. If they read them carefully, there should be no mishaps. Although apostates before the circles fell, the Mages Collective appears a relatively reasonable and moderate group. They commissioned the study. We can grant them the results. The more who know, the more that knowledge will spread. There are advantages to wielding a weapon few understand. If this magic's barely tested, at least have them study here. I will spare some Templars to supervise if it means not sending those notes maker knows where. I think I like Leliana's approach to like pretty much everything. It's kind of interesting. Delicate negotiations. Here's the thing, I don't even own a mask, thus, when the Orlesian Empress invites me to engage in real peace talks, I get nervous. I don't know what Orlesians mean when they say that, but I hear it involves poison and dancing. Perhaps both at the same time. I'm told you know Empress Celine, and she owes you for that whole saved your life business. Considering you also helped save mine, perhaps the Inquisition could help make these talks happen. King Alistair, very cool. Only person who can do this is Josephine. There's a great deal of bad blood between these nations, but I will do my best to facilitate their talks. And it'll take a full day. That's impressive.
At your service.
Okay, now back to the other side in Orlais. Dance the Dowager, I think, would be good. What pride had wrought. Oh, that is... Okay, that is that one. Make contact in the Emerald Graves. Resources. Resources. Support Cassandra. Oh, I see. Aid impacted by the Civil War. Continuing research. An offer of help on their terms. Dance with the Dowager. My dear Inquisitor, you dance as beautifully as I remembered. Are you ready for the second movement? The Allemande is typically followed by Courant, in which the steps are much faster, almost running. The Comte de Poisson so enjoyed your last maneuver that he is now racing to petition the Council of Heralds for recognition of his claim to Yillen. I was the first one he contacted, of course, because while the young man is prone to missteps, he is not a complete fool. He's very likely to reach out to Duke Cyril de Montfort or Duke Germain next. Cyril is the youngest and most persuadable of the council, and Germain is the oldest and most likely to support a claim of any old Orlesian nobility over the donation of lands to a new Andrastian cause. You should make your own move. Allegrissimo. Marquise Mantelot. We should speak with Duke Cyril. By all accounts, he's reasonable. We could win him to our side. Wow, Kellen, you're actually making sense. It's good. Okay, so the rest of people are obviously busy, so that's good stuff. So let's figure out which tasks we're going to handle. I think specifically we should start with some of these. Maybe Mornay's execution, see if we can get Blackwall back. We also have joining Leliana in Valence. Posthumously directed Leliana to visit Valence, a small village, and we can see the divine. Left something in the Chantry that Leliana must see. That could be pretty interesting. Why don't we do that first? Why don't we do that first? Okay, let's take out Cole. It's been a while. Let's take out Solus. And let's take out Dorian.
It's just as I remember it.
You've been here before?
You didn't tell me you'd been here before.
After the Blight ended, I came here to see Justinia. She was just Dorothea then, a revered mother.
Dorothea, okay.
It's peaceful here. You must have good memories of this place.
It was a place of comfort. It is good to see it still untouched by Corypheus.
Leliana, is that you?
Sister Natalie, what are you doing here? I thought you were in Val Rayo.
No, I've been here since Justinia died. This place makes me feel like...
Oh.
Like she's still with us.
Something's going on.
Inquisitor, this is Natalie, a trusted friend.
Wait, Inquisitor? You brought the Inquisitor here? My lord, forgive me for not recognizing you earlier.
It's okay. Doesn't bother me at all.
Bigger things to worry about than that.
Oh, I see.
Natalie, listen. There is something hidden here. Something Justinia left for me.
Oh, really? What is it?
I don't know, but we'll find it. I'm curious to see what brought us all here. Justinia's letter came with instructions for me. They were a little cryptic. Always remember that faith sprung from a barren branch, that light has no fear of darkness. Above all, that strength lives in an open heart.
She must be hinting at something in here. Let's look around.
Always remember that...
verses from the benedictions every Friday. That canticle was Justinia's favorite.
Yes, of course. We'd never give up the traditions of a most...
Oh, it's these pictures.
That is lovely to hear. I stare up at the breach sometimes.
I don't want to interrupt them.
Terrifying, but beautiful in its way.
It is beautiful.
Have you seen it by sunrise?
When the sun rises through it, it splits into what looks like 1,000 suns, like a broken mirror.
Yes, spectacular, isn't it? You must be careful, Natalie. Justinia's enemies are making their move, vying for position and the Sunburst throne.
Okay. I don't want to interrupt you guys, but... Okay, so we've got a mechanism there. The light has no fear of darkness, so I guess this fire. Or the candles.
Is easy. It takes courage to trust.
What was that?
Looks like we opened something.
This is gonna be wild. Or maybe not. Or maybe.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Whoa. What?
Good old Leliana was playing you the whole time. Didn't you realize?
They never sing the benedictions here on Fridays, Natalie. Something so simple. And you got it so wrong. I wanted to believe, but you were lying from the start. Keep that pretty mouth shut if you must, dear. You've already told me everything I need to know. The prickleweed burrs on your hem, talking about the sun rising through the breach. It all points to a single place. Morel in the Dales, Grand Cleric Victoire's bastion. She sent you, didn't she? Victoire was always an opportunist.
This is interesting.
Who is this Grand Cleric? I've never heard of her.
An experienced cleric. She never agreed with Justinia, but kept her ideas to herself. I suppose now, with Justinia dead, she thought she could make her move.
What were the plans?
I want to know what this Grand Cleric planned here.
She sent Natalie here to see what Justinia was hiding, no?
The Inquisition has turned Thidas away from the true Chantry. It must be
come on.
stopped.
Stop us? You must be joking.
Mother Victoire is well loved by many. The Inquisition has more enemies than you know.
And Victoire thinks she can ally with them.
It's tough. Working for us is better than working against us.
We don't have to be at odds, Natalie. You could come with us. Join the Inquisition.
I was called to serve the Grand Cleric. I will not betray her. Kill me then. I am not afraid to die for my beliefs. At least I still know what I believe.
Jeez. I'm not gonna kill her over religious craziness that they believe and I don't believe, like...
Release her, Leliana. She's no threat.
The Grand Cleric?
She is one woman. We are the Inquisition.
The Inquisitor has spoken. Run. Tell your mistress that she has a choice. The Inquisition is coming. No! This can't be it.
No.
There's nothing here.
Check again. Perhaps the box itself is a puzzle. She seemed the puzzling sort.
No. It's just an empty box. There's a message carved in the lid. The left hand should lay down her burden. She's
Oh,
releasing
wow.
me. The divine has a long reach, but it is always her left hand that stretches out. 1,000 lies, 1,000 deaths. Her commands, but my conscience that bore the consequences.
But what she said in the Fade...
She apologized in the Fade. She said she failed you. This is what she meant.
All this time, Justinia carried the fear that she was using me. Just like I'd been used in the past. But Marjolaine's games were trifles. Justinia gambled with the fate of nations. She needed me. No one else could have done what I did. She knows that.
Then you have to let it go. Let her go. You don't owe her anything anymore.
If it were not for you, I would have killed Natalie and called it a good thing. Thank you for showing me what was right when I couldn't see it for myself. There are things that must be said, but not here. I will see you back at Skyhold.
What's kind of interesting for me is... I don't recall that we've seen that side of her in the past. Like, we haven't seen her just lash out super aggressively like that and go straight for almost murder. That was actually, like, it was kind of shocking. Like, I get that she has it in her. I know she's strong and everything. It's just... That really was like, whoa. Now she is on the... Yes, she's up by Dorian. You know what? I think they patched in a way to actually walk, if I'm not mistaken. Controls? Let's see. Oh, we don't have anything. Let's go caps. Oh my god. Seriously, though? There's got to be an in-between that. That's way too slow. Okay, well.
Here is the request the leader of the trade made.
Hold on. It's up one more, I believe. Do we have any research to turn in? Yep.
Grand Cleric Victoire has offered the ambassador support for the Inquisition.
Ah, Natalie is as persuasive as ever.
I'm told that Ambassador Montilier is pleased with the restraint you showed in Valence.
Ugh, she's positively beside herself. I will never hear the end of it. Niceness before knives, Leliana. Haven't I always told you?
Will that be all, my lady?
For now.
So...
I love making new friends, don't you?
It was a gamble, Inquisitor, but it paid off. If you hadn't been with me at Valence, I would have killed Natalie. I'd have told you that I didn't have a choice. But there is always a choice.
I agree.
I am more than this. I am more than what Justinia made me.
So... Are you angry with her, or are you just taking this as a
Do
learning?
you resent Justinia for what she did?
How can I when there is so much between us?
Yeah.
When she gave her life for peace? No, I believe her intentions were pure. Most intentions are.
What does this mean for my Inquisition? Will you still be my spy master?
Of course. I would not give up my post. Not after everything we've built. I just know now that I shouldn't ignore my heart. Mercy is not always a weakness.
You've exceeded her. She could never have imagined the power you now hold.
And now I will know how to use that power wisely. I have to stay true to who I really am, before spy master, left hand or bard.
Good.
I almost lost myself.
I'm actually really happy with how that turned out for her.
I'm listening.
Anything I should know?
I've nothing to report at the moment.
Okay.
I'll leave you to your work.
Lots of power from that. Okay, well, I think... Here, let's get out of here. Yeah, this is okay. We'll take an outside route. We're never out here. So I think we're going to take a bit of a break. I know it's a little bit of a shorter episode than normal, but just considering what we have to do next, which is basically finishing up with our different companions. So let's take a look here. We have Revelations going to Mornay's execution. And then I think that's really about it for the companions. The Mornay's execution. There's a couple things in the other places, and some of the other places, some of the main quests that we're going to do. And then I think we'll hold off before going here. Now's the ideal time to strike at Corypheus. This seems very final too. I don't think it is, but there's probably quite a bit more after. But I think before I do that, I'd like to make sure that all of the main stuff is done in the other areas, and then we'll go from there. Anyways, thanks guys once again for watching. I really appreciate it. This I've been getting a lot of questions like, are you gonna do like a full completionist playthrough? And no, I'm not. Like when I talk at the beginning of a series, like I try to explore as much as I can and uncover as much of the world. Like I don't mean that I'm gonna do every single tiny quest. First of all, I don't think that it's enjoyable for people to watch. It's not something I enjoy, and I don't think that it's a value add thing for people to watch me go and close a rift, you know? Fighting the dragons, doing the quests, especially the main quests. I find that in this game specifically, the main quests incredibly cool. They've all been really cool. The ball was like, that was amazing. I'll never forget that experience. That was just really, like, all the intrigue and the backstabbing and playing the game was really, really well done. And the other scene that really jumps out to me is Dorian's scene with his father. I thought that was a really powerful scene. There's a lot of really cool scenes like that, but there's also a lot of just not much happening where you're going to find little things here and there. But sometimes those little things have led me into other like snippets of story that were really interesting too, so I don't write them off completely. But to answer the question that some people have been asking, not very many, I'm not going to finish literally every quest because I don't think there's any value to that. But I'm really enjoying it. I'm having a great time, and we'll see where things go. See you guys very soon. Take care. Bye.